I welcome you all to this very short but hopefully insightful journey wherein we'll try and understand the basics of what a quadratic equation is. So let us begin. Now 4x square plus 3x plus 5 equal to 0 is one very simple example of a quadratic equation. Here the expression 4x square plus 3x plus 5 is a part of a quadratic equation which is a polynomial with degree 2. Also we say that ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0 is the general form of a quadratic equation. Now, what are a, b and c here? Well, a, b and c are the coefficients, where a is the coefficient of x square, b is the coefficient of x and c is the coefficient of x to the power 0. Now, we must know the values that these coefficients may take in a quadratic equation. So, for an equation to be a quadratic equation, a, that is the coefficient of x square, a cannot be equal to 0. Let us take an example where a is equal to 0. 4x plus 5 equal to 0 is an example of an equation where a is equal to 0. This is not a quadratic equation. So what do we say? We say that a cannot be equal to 0 for an equation to be a quadratic equation. Next, we come to the coefficient of x, that is b. Now, for an equation to be a quadratic equation, b may or may not be equal to 0. And we can see the example here when b is equal to 0 and when b is not equal to 0. Both ways, the equation we get is a quadratic equation provided a is not equal to 0, which is the case in both of these examples given. Same goes for the values of coefficient of x to the power 0, that is c. Now whether c is equal to 0 or it is not equal to 0, we will have a quadratic equation provided a is not equal to 0. Examples are given. I hope we are now in a better position to differentiate between any given equation and a quadratic equation. Thank you very much and all the very best.